I'm Deep Mahaman and you're watching the Redmen TV.
Hello, welcome to the Redmen TV. It's the Uncensored match build-up show. Liverpool taking on West Ham United at the
London ground.
Bowling ground.
The bowling green ground. Alley. Don't know, mate. Upton Park.
Upton Park. It's a bit of an in-joke, I apologise. Anyway, looking forward to this game is, of course, Chris Pajak and Michael Atkinson as well. We're here recording this in the immediate aftermath of Sunderland, so forgive us for tired eyes and minds. So if we make mistakes,
get over it.
Fuck off, deal with it. Anyway, yes, West Ham. Chris, we were discussing this on the Final Word show post-Sunderland. You know, got 2 wins on the bounce now. Not scintillating performances by any stretch, but effective ones. Point on the board. And I said at the time, I feel like the West Ham game is the end of this little 3-game group to some extent.
What was it? 10-day gap in Premier League games, then, isn't there?
Yeah.
We don't play again until the 12th, do we?
Apart from all those other games that we play.
Premier League games.
We don't get 10 days off. No.
Yeah, exactly. But the fact is, this is one of those games that we've had a shocking month in general. The last 4 weeks have not been great. But if we could manage to get a win in this one, things look rosier. We're back within touching distance of where we want to be in the league. And it's important that Liverpool do, by hook or by crook, find a way to get 3 points.
It is, and I think the most important thing is that the last 2 games, although I've not been massively positive about the performances and stuff, is that we've taken advantage of other people's slip-ups.
Yeah.
And that's what we've needed to do, isn't it? Getting 6 points on the board in those last 2 games, going into West Ham with a little bit of confidence. The lads will have confidence in themselves. They're going into West Ham and thinking, you know what, we can make this 9 points out of 9 now, and then we can look forward to the next little group of fixtures.
They're in really weird form, because obviously
really weird form.
Really weird.
Yes.
1 win, 5 draws in the last 6.
Yeah, they drew 5 and won the last one essentially, and they've not been the same team since Dimitri Payet picked up the injury. Rumours are he might well be back for this game, but you know what? Good. As far as I'm concerned, look, he's a terrific player. He's been great in the season so far. If he's not injured, he'd be up for, I think he'd be right up there with like Mahrez and whatever for the players we would be still raving about. But I like the fact that they're going to have that confidence. They're going to get these players going. It might, in some respects, kind of play into our hands, I think.
Yeah, maybe so. I think, let's hope he's one of those, if he is back, he's one of those players that takes a couple of games to get back into his stride.
Like all our players who come back from injury.
Yeah, like all our
Sturridge.
Yeah.
But he just gets injured again.
He could be on the bench as well.
Ooh.
We never know.
No, that would be special.
Yeah. But yeah, Payet, I mean, I really like Payet. I think he's a great player.
I'm a Paella fan myself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just I'll drop that in there.
I'm just a pie and chips, man.
Like Big Sam.
Like Big Sam. Yeah.
Yeah, but I know, apparently a lot of their injured players could be back for this game as well. I don't know who their other injured players are. So bad.
All of them.
Yeah. Jenkinson, he's one of them, isn't he? Yeah.
He was back the other day.
Big Vic.
Big Vic could be back.
Big Vic, yeah.
Jenkinson's got himself a beard, man.
Has he?
A winter beard on the go.
Lovely.
He's on the craft ale too.
Has Moses got himself a beard?
He's got himself a basket.
Parting some wars. Fire.
Yeah. Newborn baby jokes there.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm not. In fact, let's have a Victor Moses amnesty on this show. Let's just not talk about him, because
he'll come back to bite us in the ass.
Yeah, to be fair, he's going to be fired. I think he's going to want to do something against us, and I really, really hope he doesn't, because we weren't very nice to him when he was at Liverpool.
Speaking of other players, we should have an amnesty on. It'd be the big
fella,
the big fella with the
Shorty of the jungle.
I really don't think I'm going to be able to keep my mouth shut on him.
The big fella with the braided hair.
We've got to watch it. Oh God, what is that? Andy.
Sort it out, lad.
What is that, son? What is that? I hope he's just one of them, like, he fell asleep and his missus did it to him, and he got up the next morning and went into work and didn't know it was done until he got in. How here, man? What's she done? And I actually kind of like it, And yeah. Maybe he'll have rectified that, having been crucified on social media. But then again, he hasn't rectified. Oh no, we're doing it already. Look, he's just.
Don't throw me in with you then. That was the royal way you gave
The fact of the matter is, look, they've got players who are a threat. They're there or thereabouts. We're talking about, people who were talking about West Ham for the top 4 only a few weeks. They'll be looking at this game, Chris, and thinking, we can kickstart our season again. They've just come off the back of a win.
Well, they will do, because they'll remember the performance that we put in against them at Anfield.
Yeah.
That was the second worst performance we've had this season, I'd say, behind Watford. You know, those 2-3-0 defeats were the worst for me anyway. And, you know, Lanzini getting a goal, he was a good little player as well, someone that we should be worrying about in this game and stuff. And I think that we need to go out to West Ham and go, that wasn't us. That wasn't us. We were playing a completely fucking different side at the weekend, and I would be setting the tempo in the first 10 to 15 minutes to show them, because we just didn't turn up that first game.
Yeah, no. It's going to be interesting to see how we approach it, because, I mean, I guess Sunderland wasn't really 4-4-2-ish, but it was largely the same players, you know, barring the injured Origi, as it was for Leicester City. So we have the option to do that, to put teams under more pressure at the other end of the pitch. I kind of feel it's going to be quite similar, if I'm honest, Mike. I think we'll try and be compact. I don't think we'll look over compact. I don't think we'll overstretch ourselves, but we'll be looking to strike when the opportunity.
Yeah, I think Klopp said in the build up to the Sunderland game, doesn't it, about us just having to win games and not, you know, playing the right football or whatever. Just, you know, I'm paraphrasing, but, you know, clearly, because I'm very tired.
I don't feel like you're doing him enough justice here. But
Klopp just...
he said something...
said some shit about
something really interesting about just having to win. Basically, we're just having to win the fucking game. And I think that's what we'll do again. That's the approach we'll take into West Ham again, is not trying to play pretty football or anything, or, you know, playing heavy metal football. It'll be a case of, let's just go and get a 1-0 result, defend it, run away, and then...
run away. I love that. You know, I just remember that something from the last game is they massively targeted Joe Gomez in that first game, didn't they? Yeah. And I wonder whether they'll have the same success, because I think they put us under a lot of pressure in that game by targeting him and forcing the ball inside to a hapless Lovren at the time and stuff. And I don't think we're going to be able to be got at in much the same way this time around. I think with Moreno bombing forward and Klein bombing forward, we'll be asking the questions of them, hopefully. Yeah. And I think that's what we're going to have to do in this game. Yeah,
I think we talked a lot about the Lovren, Sakho, the burgeoning partnership between those two. You know, 2 clean sheets on the bounce is sound, and this is the biggest test, I think, for them so far. And I know you could say, hey, listen, Leicester, free scoring Leicester, top of the table when we played against them. But away from home, West Ham have got a plethora of attacking options from the big fella. If they've got someone like Payet, the likes of Lanzini and whatever. Yeah. This is a big test for those guys, and Sakho in particular. I think, you know, he's been getting slowly but surely rediscovering where his legs are by comparison to his head. They're gonna have to be at the best in this game, I think, because I don't think we're going to have an easy.
No, I think if they play Carroll, though, I think that kind of plays into our hands a little bit, because I think Lovren and Sakho are particularly good in the air, you know. So I think it's, and Carroll doesn't start a lot of games for them, does he? So I think it's going to be more, is it Valencia or Antonio, as he's now renamed himself, or whatever his name is. No, it's not. It's the other, but anyway, that's the guy. It'll be him.
Knowledge.
Yes. Because he did one place for United, didn't he?
I did wonder where you were going with that.
So did I.
I thought there was a joke. Like I thought you were really
so did I.
So did I. I just started talking, and I kind of expected comedy to flow naturally, and then I got to the impasse and realised. No, I'm just talking it. There's no punchline.
I was looking at you desperately to bail me out, and everyone was just looking at me like, "Yes, Mike."
Go on, Mike. Carry on. Yeah. I'm sure they'll untangle this at some point.
Anyway, they're not going to start Andy Carroll. They're going to play us and try and beat us around the sides with the likes of Lanzini and players like that. Yeah, that's all. That's where I was going.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're a point ahead of West Ham right now. And
we are.
I think it's, from my perspective, you know, it's this point in the season now where, you know, the next league games after this game, we've got Arsenal and Man United to come. It would be nice to be in a position where those games really meant something, where we actually did some real moving around the table if we were to get results out of those games, or at least in the very fucking worst case scenario, it wasn't the absolute end of the world if we dropped points in any of those games somehow. You know, because look, we're fine right now. We're fine. We're basically at par for what Liverpool have been for the last 5 years. We want more. We want more than that. And I think look, it's got to start at West Ham, and like I say, we've got to go there. And like I say this again, I genuinely don't care how we do it. I don't want, I wanted us to smash Sunderland. I wanted us to smash Leicester. I want us to smash everyone all the time, or nothing but smashings. I want us to just take people down dark alleys and beat them senseless.
Yeah.
In a footballing sense,
Of course.
of course. But right, like I say, at this point, right here, right now, it's about points. We need to just get back into that thing, and we've seen too often in the last year and a half where we've tried. Points get your prizes, Chris.
Correct.
Where we've become football and snobs, and we talk about this performance. Performance is sometimes more important than points. It's not.
No, it's not.
Points are points. You can put points in the bank. You can't, but you can put money in the bank, and you earn money by finishing higher up the table in the Premier League, and then you bank that. What the fuck knows?
Probably earn more money by signing Suarez for 20 and selling him for 70, though.
Yeah. What's your point?
Not really. Just go on there, like.
So Antonio Valencia, yeah.
You can put money in an ISA as well if you wanted to. Get a high yield interest
savings
return.
accounts. It's all good stuff, Like,
I'm not sure how relevant any of this is, but nevertheless, yeah. Listen, like I say, it'd be nice if this was the game where we kicked on a touch or what have you, but I still think this is going to be another one of those games where, look, Slaven Bilic is not the kind of guy who's going to let them go quietly into the night, is it? He's going to want them scrapping and fighting and blah, blah, blah. But I expect that from our manager as well, and therefore expect it from our players, and that's what I want this to be. I'm looking forward to it being a quite physical contest as well. I'm excited, Mike. I'm excited.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Pumped.
Yeah, I had some of those sour minion sweets before, and I think my brain's just gone.
Yeah.
If I'm ever honest, like, I'm quite.
Roll on a sugar
I
meltdown.
can hear popping noises in my head. I think that's brain cells, if I'm perfectly honest.
They're my brain cells. You can hear popping, mate.
Yeah.
The last three.
Yeah. So there you go. Look, question then, and I'll go to you first on this, Mike. Would you change the tactical approach at all? Would you make any sweeping changes? Do we have any sweeping changes available to us to make for this game?
I wouldn't make too many changes. It depends on injuries. I think if there aren't any, then the only potential one I'd make was bringing Ibe in somewhere. Because I think we're going to be under pressure a lot more against West Ham than perhaps we have been in the last two games. Yeah. And he might be ideal to hit them on the break, and he also tracks back more than Coutinho or Firmino does.
Would that not fare better more as like as an impact sub?
Potentially. I think it depends on how the players are after today as well. Yeah. Because obviously we lost Henderson. Is that just precautionary because his heel was giving him jib? Yeah. Is he going to be out for a couple of games? Where was Joe Allen on the bench as well? It's an interesting one. Is it taking that long to have his beard?
You know what? It's sad, but I did this on the sort of mid-season squad review, and I said Joe Allen. Hopefully he's negotiating a move to
That's
someone.
what I think, yeah.
And I like Joe Allen, and I think he's fine.
Next Swansea
he's
manager,
fine, isn't he? Brendan's got him eyed up. But it wouldn't be the end of the world for me if Joe Allen moved to someone for a decent amount of money, and that puts some money in the coffers for Klopp to go and buy someone else.
Yeah, but exactly. But if he does move on, then we're a centre midfielder light.
Yeah, but I've done a whole show, and I'm not going to.
It'll probably be all right there, though, if Milner comes back. It's supposed to be around about the 5th of January, something like that.
Yeah. I'm not going to totally go and check out the show. I did this in a lot more depth and detail, but at the minute right now.
Where did you go and do that show?
What?
Where did you do that show?
There.
The Redmentv.com.
No, it's there. I filmed it
there. Redmentv.com. It's just £2 a month. First month's free.
Absolutely. But the point I made is that right now he's behind the pecking order of Henderson, Milner, Chan, Lucas,
and me.
And you, and anyone else who fancies pulling. But the fact is, the next player down that pecking order should be an 18-year-old. Yeah, it should be Rossiter, it should be Brannigan, or whatever. Or Chiravella, yeah, exactly. So if we can get a few bob for him, then
So going back to the original question, I think it depends on the injuries.
If Henderson's injured, does Lucas just come straight in?
Lucas is the only real, unless Milner's fit.
Yeah. I think they reckon 5th.
Do they? Well, it's got to be Lucas then, isn't it? There might be slight tweaks on the bench. We might see Sturridge come in. Hopefully.
I really hope that's his mini pre-season done. Be nice just to have him there.
He reckons he's ready. Obviously, Klopp clearly didn't. So
yeah. You've reckoned you already.
He hadn't quite
a few
finished
times already, Daniel.
unwrapping the bubble wrap off him in time for this game. So maybe, I don't know, it'd be nice to have that option off the bench, wouldn't it? And then in line for the League Cup game to then maybe start him.
Yeah, completely agree with that. I mean, that's one of that. I think this could be one of those games that you talked about the fear of, that if it is similar to the last two games, this has got all the hallmarks of one of those games where we actually won't get that goal and we could find ourselves with like 10 minutes left in the game, 15 minutes, where we could do with finding a goal from somewhere. It'd be amazing to have someone like Sturridge in reserve for it.
It would be, but he's got to be right for me. I mean, if Klopp says he's right, yeah, Sam. But I just think with him now, we are past the point where we can lose him again. And I just think, if it's another month before Klopp thinks it's ready, he's ready. And if he's still there going, I'm ready, and he's not getting played, that's fine with me. Because as much as I want him and as much as I want someone like him in the team all the time, I think this is our last chance with Daniel Sturridge. I think if he comes back early and gets another injury, we're not gonna put up with that as a club for much longer. And I think he is the type of striker that probably costs you 40 to 50 million quid if we can get him fit.
Joe Allen, illness. 2nd of January, so not negotiating now.
No.
Not negotiating.
So I think, he's the type of striker who, when he's in form and he's fit and fine, he's 40, 50 million quid. I don't think we've got the money to go out there and spend 40 million, 50 million quid on a striker, so it's massively important that we just get him right.
There's no one out there with his ability to replace him with anyway. You can't replace that natural talent that he's got.
I mean, there's actually just had a look on injury room there, and I read you, there's no return date down for him, which is a massive cop-out injury room. What's the fucking point here? But, it'd be nice, hopefully we have got a striker on the bench. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Because I thought we got lucky to some extent with the Sunderland thing. You don't want to be chasing a goal and chasing a game with Jordan Ibe and João Teixeira as your only attacking options.
Let's face it as well, Benteke's not exactly Mr. Clean bill of health, is he? You know what I mean? He has an injury record.
Veneer, that's fine.
That'll do.
Chipboard covered in plastic. It's good enough. You're right. So you've just got to get through this. And the thing is, it'd be very easy for us to delve into this. Oh, but what about the cup game? What about the Stoke game? What about the FA Cup? Just whatever. Get through this. This is here. This is right now. This is what we've got to face next. I say, hook up by
and a mouse in the corner. This is definitely a scrambling noise in the corner over there.
Yeah. That was just Aubrey looking for food. Foraging for some scran.
You'll go back into the shadows in a minute.
Yeah. Mike, score prediction?
2-1 Liverpool.
Great.
3-0 Liverpool.
Go ahead. I'll have a 1-0 to Liverpool, please, Bob. That'll do me nicely. Yeah.
Bob, give me the 3-0, Bob.
Give me the 3, Bob, please.
Stop giving him 1-0s. Can't take anymore.
I'll take another 1-0. I don't care. For being a football fan's meant to be horrible.
Oh, not this horrible.
You're meant to enjoy. Look, we'll enjoy it come the end of the season, Chris. If you've managed to live that long.
I don't think I've got it in me.
Let us know your thoughts on the team and how the Liverpool should approach this game in the comments below. Who would you bring in if you had to? If Jordan Henderson's not fit, who would you like to see partner Emre Can in the midfield? What is your score prediction?
At the moment, Kante.
Kante be amazing, yeah. Defo, get him. All those thoughts in the comments section underneath. Give this video a thumbs up. Check out the rest of the content and more great stuff. As mentioned, the mid-season squad reviews on the redmentv.com. It's boss. Check it out, completely free for a month. What else are you gonna do? Honestly, seriously, comment below. If you've got a really interesting life, let me know what you're up to, because I don't. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Gents, thank you.
Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. I'm Chris Pajak and this is the Starting 11 prediction show as Liverpool prepare to travel to London to take on West Ham United. Fresh